All right, let's talk about something that I seriously wish I knew sooner, because if I had, I'd be way ahead right now. Imagine making over $2,400 a month, not from some crazy complicated business, but by selling simple coloring books. Yes, it's happening, and today I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do it too. We're talking about the bold and easy coloring book trend. And if you've been anywhere in the KDP world lately, you've probably heard about it, and it's exploding, and for a good reason. These have simple designs, high demand, and the kind of audience that keeps coming back for more. But here's the thing, with tons of people jumping in, competition is getting fierce. But don't worry, I've got a way around that. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. You see, the secret to being successful with KDP is finding a sub-niche, a little pocket inside this big trending market that isn't completely oversaturated. And today I'm going to break down one of the best ones that I found, which is the Plants and Flowers Bold and Easy Coloring Book. Why this book? Well, first off, nature-themed coloring books always sell. People love flowers, leaves, vines. It's relaxing, it's therapeutic, and it's something anyone can enjoy. Plus, there's proof this works. I found a seller who's pulling in $2,458 per month from just one book, and that's just one listing. Imagine other sellers doing this well or scaling this up yourself. And I'm telling you this from experience. I've been publishing on KDP for some time now, and if I'd known about this sooner, I would have jumped on it a lot quicker. No complicated designs, no hiring expensive illustrators, just simple, bold, easy to color images that sell. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to show you why this niche has huge profit potential with real examples, the best-selling books in this niche so you can see what works, and most importantly, a fast and easy, stress-free way to start making these books yourself, even if you never designed a thing in your life. And for that, we're going to be using Kittl, one of my favorite design tools that makes this insanely easy. Trust me, once you see this, you'll wonder why you haven't been using it already. So if you're ready to finally start making passive income with KDP, grab a coffee, sit tight, and let's dive in. Now, first things first, if we head on over to Amazon and make a search for Plants and Flowers Bold and Easy Coloring Book, the first thing that you're going to notice that you might not have on your screen is Titan's Quick View. This is this purple bar right here. This is basically a free KDP research extension tool that you can download from the Chrome Web Store. All you have to do is make a search for self-publishing Titans. Download this one, Titan's Quick View. This is the one that I'm using, the Amazon Niche Finder. And it's going to give you some really cool data and allow you to see the same things that you're seeing on my screen. Now, the first thing that I want to know when I'm looking into a niche is the competition. And so for that, I look at total results. And right here, we see 151. Now, when it comes to competition, you don't want to be entering a niche that's overly competitive. So I'm looking for search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not too high, not too competitive, which means that there's going to be a good chance at getting our books ranked on the first or second page of Amazon so that it can be seen and it can be sold. So we know with the total results being 151 that the competition is not too competitive here, and we're going to have a great chance at getting our book ranked on the first or second page of Amazon so that people can actually see the book and people can actually buy the book. Now, the next thing that we see is exact match, 1 out of 16. This basically means how many books are showing for this exact keyword in their book's title. And then 16 independently published books on the first page, which means 16 KDP books. We see an average bestsellers rank of 297,000, which if we take that rank and we plug it into this KDP book sales calculator, we can see that on average, the books on the first page sell about 1 copy a day or 30 estimated book sales per month, which tells me that these books are consistently selling right now, which is always a good sign. And then the average reviews, 62, which tells me that a lot of these books are fairly new because the reviews are still racking up, which is also a good sign. And the average price of $7.61 is your typical price, around $6.99, $7.99. Now, the next thing that I look for has to do with demand. So there's no point putting a book up on Amazon if people aren't actually looking for that type of book. So in order to judge demand, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are selling consistently right now, which means that there has to be some sort of demand here. So now if we scroll through the first page of Amazon trying to look for that demand, when I look at this first book and I hover over it, under publisher, I see that it says independently published, which means that it's a KDP book, and this is exactly what I want to see. And then I look at that bestsellers rank, 378. So this is one book selling extremely well in this niche. We're really only going to look for 2 more of these books to basically satisfy this demand portion. The next one right here, Flowers and Plants, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 9,601. So this is 2 books. Can we go 3 for 3? This one, independently published with a 7,691 bestsellers rank. So that's 3 out of 3. But I like to always look through the entire first page to see just how many other books are selling very well. This Plants and Flowers Bold and Easy Coloring book ranked at 9,481. If we keep scrolling down, the next one, 57,000, 90,000, 260,000. This one's 335,000, 447,000, 272,000, 277,000, 400,000, 700,000, 700,000. It starts to tail off. But what I'm seeing is if we can land on the first page of this keyword in this niche, that the book is going to sell very, very well. And then finally, if we go up here and we take a look at the niche score, we see a score of 62. When it comes to the niche score, which basically validates the competition and the demand that we were looking at, I'm looking for a score of at least 50. So now that we know that the demand is high, the competition is low, and the niche score here validates that, we know that there is potential for profits in this niche, and it's time to get serious. It's time to actually look at these books to see how they're making it, the interiors, and see if we can do it ourselves. Now, if we take a look at this book, this is the Bold and Easy Plants and Flowers coloring book. Simple and relaxing designs featuring nature-themed illustrations for adults and kids to color. So this book is both for kids and adults. That's another reason why this niche is so popular, and it's priced at $7.99. Which if we plug that into this KDP royalty calculator, we can see the standard royalty for this book is $2.64 with the extended distribution of $1.05. And if we go down here, we can see the actual price breakdown of this book. We see $2.15 go straight into printing costs, which is a great thing about this business model because you don't actually have to front that. That just gets taken away from the book price. Then you have $3.20, which is going to Amazon. And then you're left over with $2.64. So for basically not doing anything else but creating the book, you still make over $2 every time the book sells. Now, if we look at the rating here, 4.8 out of 5 and 85% a 5-star. So whatever this publisher is doing, the interiors that this book has, they're doing it right because people seem to love this book. This has 40 relaxing illustrations, aka 40 pages to color and 83 pages overall. The reason it has 83 pages overall is because for every coloring page, you have a blank page on the back side, which is included in the total page count. But really, there's not a lot of illustrations here. 40 is really not that much. Now, if we scroll down to look at this graph, I just want to show you the evergreen nature of this book, which basically means that this book sells year round. It doesn't have seasonal influence or seasonal sales. And if I go 1 year, we can see from when it was published, you can see the book starting to sell very well. And then ever since, it kind of maintains this flat line, which is really what you want to see with these KDP books because it means that it's going to sell year round. It's going to be a consistent stream of income and you're not going to have to worry about those seasonal spikes. Now, if we scroll down here to look at some A+ content, this is where the publisher can add more information about their book. They can add more interiors because Amazon's sample feature is quite limited. So sometimes the customer can't really see everything in your book to give them an informed decision on whether to purchase or not to purchase your book. So this is another way to actually add that in here, add a little bit more flair, a little bit more personality into your book listing. And we can see some interiors here. So very simple, very easy designs. Once again, great for adults, great for kids to color. People really love this type of book. Now, if we take that bestsellers rank of 7,691, we can see that's good for 31 book sales per day and almost 1,000 book sales per month. We add that royalty calculator, you can see that that's $81 per day and over $2,400 per month in estimated royalties, all coming from a single book. I don't know about you, but $2,400 a month is still quite a lot of money for a lot of people. Now that we know that competition is low, demand is high, and there's potential for profits here, and we know what the interiors look like, now it's time to actually create the interiors for ourselves. And for this, I'm gonna be using Kittl, which is gonna be a simple and easy way to get these interiors created. Let me show you how. Now here I am on Kittl, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new project, and then we're gonna go over here to size. We're gonna change this to inches, and we wanna create our book size. So that's gonna be 8.5 by 8.5. And you're gonna wanna make sure that the DPI is set at 300, not at 72. And then go ahead and create that. Now you're gonna come up with this artboard right here, and this is where we can start creating our interior. Now with the first page, it's always supposed to be a belongs to page. And what does that look like? So if you go over here, you go to text and you add a headline. This is gonna say this book belongs to. Let's go ahead and X this out and move this up here. Let's go ahead and fix my spelling error. And then we can go ahead and resize this so it's one line, and then just kind of make it smaller. And just put it right somewhere in the middle like that. And then head on over to the side again, go to elements and look for the basic shape, just this line right here, put it on the page. Let's go ahead and X this out so we can see the whole page. Just put it somewhere on the bottom just like this. And what we can do is if we zoom in, we can go ahead and drag this all the way to the end just like that. And then just recenter it. Now I kind of want to change the font. So we can go over here to the right hand side, look for text, and we can find something else that fits this type of book. Maybe Chico or Cherry Bomb. This one looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna resize this again. And then now I wanna do one more thing, is I wanna do something where we can turn this into a coloring element. So if I go over here to the right-hand side and I change the color to white and then hit this plus sign on the border to add a border, we can see that it turns into a coloring element, and we can play around with the border weight. So let me make it a little bit thinner like that. And then this one, we can also make this line a little bit thinner if we wanted, just like that. Let me just put this a little bit closer. I'm gonna highlight all of it, and then I'm gonna put this smack dab in the center. And then we have our this book belongs to page. Now, in order to add another page, we basically just have to add an artboard. If you click up here, go ahead and add a new artboard. This becomes artboard 2 or page 2. And if I zoom out, we can see what it looks like right here. Now, with the second page, this is gonna be left blank because this is gonna be the backside of this books belongs to page. So what you want to do is go ahead and add a new artboard. Now this is where we're going to create our first coloring image. Now in order to do that, let me zoom in so we can actually see what we're doing. Go to the left hand side. Kittl makes this so easy. I just use this Kittl AI and I go to image generator. And with this image generator, you have two options. You can use the turbo, which makes it very simple, but I'm going to use the advanced option, which allows me to use DALL-E 3. And all you really have to do is describe your image. So I have my prompt here, simple, minimal outline with bold lines of flower for coloring book. Now, if you're unsure of the prompt to use, you can always click right here and it'll bring you up to this area where other users have created images. I just go to vector and then I look for similar types of images that I like that can be turned into a coloring page. And then, for example, if I press the I can see exactly what the prompt was right here, and I can even copy that. If I look at this one right here, click the I, ghost of disapproval with the style used cartoon. So this is an easy way to find that prompt and the style. But if we go back here, we're gonna choose the aspect ratio of 1:1, keep it square. And I'm gonna choose private because I don't want anyone else to be able to use this. Now with the image styles, you can see here are all of them. We have clip art styles where a kawaii icon could actually work well, but there's color in this. So they actually have vector styles right here, and they have vector art, vintage drawing. They even have coloring book right here. This one, cartoon, would also work well as this line art. But since they have a coloring book option, I'm gonna go ahead and click coloring book option. And then all you have to do is generate the image. Now keep in mind, this uses AI credits, which starts at 200 credits for $12. So you're gonna have to top up, or you're gonna have to actually purchase credits to be able to use the AI generation of Kittl. But 200 credits is gonna be more than enough to create a couple books. So this price is actually very reasonable. Now, if we go back to our image generator, we have our prompt, we have our coloring book, vector style, hit generate image, and it's gonna take a few seconds and we're gonna see what it comes up with. Now you're gonna see a few things. You're gonna see the actual image it came up with right here in the artboard, which looks pretty good. And then you're gonna also see this section more in this style. So this is where other users have created images that is available to see and to use on Kittl. So this could be another great way to find more prompts to use for this generator. Now all we have to do here is just resize it and then put it straight into the middle of the page. But I realize this is artboard 2, so I gotta move it over here to artboard 3 and then put it right in the middle. And then there is our first coloring image. Now what we wanna do is click on the artboard, add a new artboard, and then add another one. Now this is where the next image will go. So back to the Kittl AI, go back to image generator, go up here, and then just change this portion out where it says flower and put something else in there. Since we're doing a plants and flowers bold and easy coloring book, maybe we can do something like lotus and then see what it looks like. And then there you go. Here is the lotus. And just resize it. And it's as simple as that. Add a new artboard by clicking artboard and then add another one. And there's number 7 right there. So on every odd page, you're gonna add your image. And if I zoom out, we can see the start of our coloring book. Now I actually generated all these images ahead of time, ahead of this video. And this is what I came up with. So if I zoom in, we can see all of the plants and flowers that I generated using the AI generator, using Kittl AI. And you can see just how good it turned out. I don't even have to make any modifications to these images. And these are gonna be good to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download all of these so I can re-upload it back onto my other project and get this book finished. Now here are all the images. I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight all of them and then just drag them onto the screen like that. And it's all gonna show up right here, just somewhere in this gray space where we can go ahead and start arranging them into their artboards. And here they are. As you can see, they all kind of just went on top of each other. But if I go ahead and separate this, you can see all of the images right here. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do the exact same process. I'm gonna go ahead and put an image on artboard number 7 and then put a blank artboard and then put an image after that, so on and so forth. So there you go. I put every single image into their proper place. You can see here's a flower, blank space, coloring image, blank space all throughout. And if we zoom in, you can kind of see the results of the actual images. They all look very good. I don't actually have to do any kind of modification with these images that come from Kittl AI. And all I really did was just drag and drop them and resize them. And it's as easy as that to actually create one of these coloring books. Now keep in mind with Amazon KDP, you need a minimum of 24 pages. And this one right now is about, I would say 40 something pages, 45 pages. Now, typically with this type of coloring book, I would say have a minimum of 40 images, which is about 80 to 85 pages in total length. Really, I only have about 22 images here, so I will need to generate a few more images, but that's not going to be a problem. All we have to do is go to Kittl AI. We can use the exact same prompt, just change this part out to another type of flower, another type of plant, hit generate image, and it's going to keep generating these images that you can use for your coloring book. Now, once you have all of this completed and it looks just like this, in order to get this ready for Amazon KDP so you can upload it, all you have to do is pretty simple. Go to export, make sure it's all artboards, go here and change this to PDF, and you want to combine all the artboards into one file. Make sure it's 300 dpi, you can optimize the quality, and then hit export. And we can see that this is exactly what it looks like. So here's the first page this book belongs to, blank page. Here is the next image. You see how crisp and clear that is? If I zoom in all the way, you can see that the lines are super clear. It does not get blurry. And if I zoom in all the way, you can see just how perfect of a coloring image this is. This is all done through Kittl AI. Now, next page, and then all the way throughout the book. This is what your book should look like. This is ready to be uploaded onto KDP. All I need to do is create a cover. If you want to see me create the full cover for this book using Kittl, let me know by smashing that like button and commenting down below. Also, if you're interested in using Kittl to create your own KDP coloring book, you can try Kittl for free using the link in my description. And if you're serious about it, you can use my promo code JeffYT for 25% off on all their new plans for new users. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffsAtLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.